If you're a heat and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, what does commission gets position mean and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Sylvan Bell, coming to you live from Sacramento, California on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a fantastic day to talk about you. Okay, so if you're on a team where leads are generated for you, the company goes to the market and they buy leads, there is a saying, commission gets position. And I got to tell you that this is somewhat of a strategy that is used to keep people on top. So I've brought my mobile whiteboard. I've got my mobile whiteboard here today, okay? So commission gets position works this way. I've got, 5 salespeople in alphabetical order: Aaron, Bobby, Charlie, David, and Edward, okay? Aaron, Bobby, Charlie, David, and Edward. And on this list, Aaron sold 200 grand last month. Bobby sold 185. Charlie sold 180. David sold 177. And Edward sold 175. Okay. And the reason why this becomes important for you, if you're a salesperson, you're on a team and commission gets position, you may put and employ a strategy in place to close deals to keep you higher up. Now, in some companies, they have this thing called the hot hand. And whoever's closing deals is the person is fed the leads. Okay, that's just the way that it works. There are companies out there, it doesn't matter what happens, that lead gets closed and they get pushed to the top. And you're like, well, how would that work? And how does that benefit a company? And are there upsides and downsides to it? And I'm going to say there absolutely are. But before we get there, you check out my email publication. Give me the goods, not in the Facebook group, not the YouTube channel. Go to this URL. Okay. So I have you taken care of. I've got these numbers broken down. So let's say that Aaron sells a $20,000 job and it's standard commission for most industries, 10%. He makes $2,000. Okay. So he's like, yay, I sold my job for 20 grand, made $2,000. But he goes to the next call and it's supposed to be a $20,000 job. Well, for some companies, they have this thing called a mini. And a mini means that you hit the base bottom of whatever the commission is. So instead of getting a percentage, you either get a flat fee or you get a flat commission. Okay. So some companies, a mini may be $50. For some companies, a mini may be $100. For some companies, a mini may be $1,000. I don't know. I don't know where you work. I don't know what you do. But like for the strategy of commission gets position, this is what Aaron might do. Aaron, he might go in and say, I'm going to sell this $10,000 job right here for, or this $20,000 job for 10K, $20,000 job for 10K, and I'm going to make 2%. I'll make $200. And you're like, hey, why would he do that? Well, because money is money, commission's commissions, momentum is momentum. The hot hand gets the lead. So if he was on this path, we got Aaron, Bobby, Charlie, David, and Edward, commission gets position, he's defending his position here by taking the hit and selling at a lower dollar. And you're like, Scott, are there flaws to that? And my answer is going to be absolutely. So, one of the biggest flaws in this is just because somebody sells a job doesn't mean that it's going to be profitable. And I have been on teams where there is, someone that's trying to push themselves up and try to get commission gets position. So they, instead of selling $20,000 jobs that are profitable, they go out and sell 10 where the company loses. And so in order for them to move up the scale, they actually lose money for the company. And I can think of multiple times where I just dumbfounded. Like, they would go through the numbers in the meetings and, hey, Scott, your jobs are absolutely profitable. You had a couple that went sideways. Hey, sales dude, your jobs are like this. And then, hey, congratulations, sales dude down here at the bottom. For this guy just happens to be Edward. Edward, you done fantastic. You're back up at the top. But like they would go through it and they're like, job A lost $10,000 and job B lost $2,000. But gosh darn it, he was able to get some commission, so he got some position, and so Edward would move up. Okay. So then what happens is Frank is a new guy on the team. Okay. Frank is the new guy on the team. So Frank's got to get into the rotation. So what does Frank do? Frank goes out and dumps a bunch of sales calls to get position because he's got commission. So there is some downfalls to it. There is some shenanigans that go on it. Because like now what happens is Greg decides to come on board. We got Greg that's on board. And Greg is down here at the bottom. and he wants in on the game. And so, you know what he does? He sees that Frank is playing the commission gets position game, and it starts pushing him up. Like, well, the real way to look at this is, look, it's a hybrid between the revenue per lead and a hybrid between what is the profit per the job. Now, in some industries like roofing, you are paid on profits, right? It's not like in heating and air, they're just like, hey, a flat fee. At some point, just so you know, at some point in your industry, no matter what you do, somebody's coming for your commission. It could be the accountant in the office. It could be a new manager that wants to slash prices to make sure that they're getting their bonus. It could be a government. Hey, like as of today, as I'm filming this, there are some rather large legal actions against people who sell houses because they're saying there might be some issues with the way that they collect their fees. There's always somebody coming after your commissions, but you have to understand how, like in this game right here with what you're doing, how commission gets position. You got to figure out how you're going to work this and what you're going to do. Do you dump a bunch of calls and get no commissions so that you end up in the lead rotation so that you get more leads? You know what? I've actually had a sales manager come to me and say, hey, Scott, just dump a bunch of calls, you know, because we all go through sales slumps, including me. We all go through sales slumps, and just dump a bunch of calls. I'm like, so you're literally telling me to lose money for the company so it pushes me up in rotation? Yeah. Okay. Went out and did it. It's counterintuitive sometimes. I got to tell you, they told me to do it. I did it. Put me back up higher in the rotation. All right. You got one of three things to do from here. Just one of three. Find the subscribe button. Click on it. Every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon.